The common theme across these three initial countries seems to be fentanyl, obviously a huge, devastating problem. But the strategy and maybe the intended goal, if you're getting into a darker theory of the case, seems to be a little different country to country. So with Canada, I mean, it really does seem like he is serious about annexing them. Certainly they feel that way based on what their foreign minister said just this week. With Mexico, obviously immigration, nearshoring, we've had long-standing arguments about border security, all the thing, manufacturing, I mean, there's tons of issues. And then China, of course, is just a host of different issues as well as geopolitics. And even the Panama Canal seems to be part of this. Just this week, a Hong Kong billionaire has agreed to sell the controlling interest in the Panama Canal to BlackRock. That's a huge Trump backer. That's a very interesting outcome potentially coming from this. What are the top risks of going so broadly in terms of the strategy, not just the operating mechanics of tariffs or other trade policy?
I think in this case, though, the operating mechanics are important. And here's why. I think what we're seeing right now is filler. I think what we're going to see in April is really the legal basis for imposing tariffs. You can't really just impose tariffs willy-nilly. And the reason why this administration, I think, is using fentanyl is because they're trying to use a provision of U.S. law that allows you to take swift action if there is a national emergency. And so they're calling fentanyl, they're calling, immigration a national emergency. And that's the justification for the actions that they're taking on Canada, Mexico, and China. I think once they have their, they've sort of dotted the I's and crossed their T's on what they're going to do using the other trade tools that are much more durable and much less susceptible to legal challenge, I think then you'll kind of see the direction that they're actually heading in. I view a lot of the stuff that we are seeing now as the president promised immediate action upon getting inaugurated. And this is the way to very quickly on tariffs is declaring a national emergency, with respect to Canada, Mexico, and China, and taking swift action. The tariffs that he'll likely impose on other trading partners, whether it's India, Vietnam, the EU, Brazil, pick a country, will likely be based on other provisions of U.S. law that will provide, I think, more justification and more durability for what they're trying to do overall.